Welcome back to the Reverb Lounge, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, James Lewis, and thank you for joining us for LAW After Dark. Tonight we will be taking a look back at all of the action from last Monday night, and we'll be taking a sneak peek at what we can expect to see next Monday night. But first, we have got tag team action. We will see the rookie team of Marshall and Ross Von Erich team up to take on the team of Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Lance Archer, the Killer Elite Squad. Lance Archer and Davey Boy Smith, of course, have the absolute size advantage, strength advantage, and experience advantage. Marshall and Ross Von Erich are hungry for a win and looking to make their name here in LAW, though. Here we go, Marshall and Ross Von Erich. Both third generation superstars here. Their father, Kevin Von Erich, along with his brothers, the backbone of world-class championship wrestling for so many years. And of course their grandfather, Fritz Von Erich. He ran world-class. These boys looking to continue that family legacy here tonight while also walking their own path. They have the deck stacked against them tonight when they take on this team. Davey Boy Smith Jr., Lance Archer. These two men making their name all across Japan. Former GHC Tag Team Champions, former IWGP Tag Team Champions, and former NWA World's Tag Team Champions. And as if that didn't stand as enough of a testament to this team, they used to be enforcers for Minoru Suzuki in the stable Suzuki-gun. Two of the most dominating, intimidating individuals in the world of professional wrestling. And they're on the same team. One has to wonder just how prophetic that entrance music might be. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. They lock up. Davey Boy gets the better of him, slips behind. Ross breaks the hold, gets the rear waist lock of his own. Davey Boy with the snap mare catches him in the rear chin lock, wrenches it in, and drops a knee right between the shoulder blades. Von Erich up, and a big power slam. Gets the cover, that could be it here, one. Ross Von Erich, just too much on the line tonight. Oh, Davey just slamming him back down. Oh, and big European uppercut. Davey Boy Smith Jr. tags in Lance Archer. But Murder Hawk is stalking his prey. Scoops him up. Big body slam. Ross Von Erich is in trouble here, ladies and gentlemen. He goes for the cover. Wrong, one count. Ross Von Erich has to be able to weather this storm if the Von Erichs want any chance here of tag team victory. And here we go. Philosophy is stared down. Gets the tag. Marshall von Erich not backing off. Oh, and he might pay for that one. Up onto the shoulders. Oh, but tries the elbows into the side of the head of Lance Archer. Just throwing shots here. And oh my god, Lance Archer just pushing Marshall out of the air. And oh, and again, just flips him right over. That is the power and the strength of the murder walk, ladies and gentlemen. Marshall von Erich trying to get his bearings here, but he is in unfriendly territory. Lance throws him up top. Catches a hold and the avalanche landslide. Lays him out. But here comes Ross. And Ross manages to break the count. That could be the only thing keeping the minute here. Ross throwing left after left. He is throwing everything he's got, and Archer is not going down. And Archer just pushes him back. Davey Boy in. And Marshall. Davey. Beats the elbow. Marshall von Erich taking him down. We're going to need to see a lot more of that if the von Erichs want to win here tonight. And Davey hits the backbreaker. Looking for that cover. That right leg just too close to the ropes. Davey scooping him back up here. And we talk about the Von Erichs being third generation wrestlers. Of course, Davey Boy Smith, a third generation wrestler himself. His father, the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith Sr., and his grandfather, Stu Hart, the patron of Stampede Wrestling. And Archer may not have the pedigree, but who needs it when they've got things like that? So much strength in such a colossal frame. Now he takes the corner. And he walks the ropes like a 200-pounder. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not often see grace like that in a package that looks like Lance Archer. Just throwing him overhead. And again. Killer Elite Squad making a statement here tonight. A massive choke slam. Marshall just too late. The Killer Elite Squad victorious here in their debut outing for LAW. And one has to imagine that they have just put the entire tag team division of the entire NWA on notice. Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. These men may be former tag team champions, but we will see them wearing gold again. Now, and join us now, ladies and gentlemen, as we take a look back at last Monday night. Of course, it was May 18, 2020, that NWA Los Angeles Wrestling made its debut on the Kayfabe Network live from the Reverb Lounge. And we kicked it off a couple of hours before the camera started rolling on Twitter, when NWA LAW representative Ricky the Dragon Steamboat got into a conflict with Contra Commander Joseph Samael. And of course the outcome was this match, the Samoan Werewolf taking on the Samoan Submission Machine. Ricky Steamboat possibly hoping that maybe the close contact Samoa Joe might rub off on Jacob. We joined this one already underway, and we see just some of this massive dive from Jacob Fatu wiping out Samoa Joe. And of course, that was the story of the match, ladies and gentlemen. Samoa Joe being dominated in a way that we have never seen. Jacob Fatu looking every bit the killer that Samoa Joe looked 15 years ago. He hunted his opponent here. Massive pop-up Samoan drop. Genuinely thought this was it. But Samoa Joe somehow, someway digging down deep and finding it in him to kick out. Joseph Samael did not look pleased. Fatu took that extra second to push down the referee. That proved to be his undoing here as Joe managed to get those knees up. And now, ladies and gentlemen, watch this one very closely. The expert hand placement of Samoa Joe as he gets that right arm right under the chin and that left arm hooked behind the head. From there, he drops to his back, wraps the legs around the midsection and wrenches it in. From there, it's academic. Everybody goes to sleep. And Samoa Joe is one step closer to his ultimate goal of becoming the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. He has promised to choke out everybody who steps in the ring with him until he has reached his goal. And so far, he's delivered on that promise. From here we had mixed tag team action as we saw two married couples go to war. It was Mike and Maria Kanellis taking on Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. And here we see the entrance of the Hollywood it couple, Mike and Maria Kanellis, truly believing that they are above this industry, that they are better than everybody in this industry, and also realistically better than everybody outside of the industry. They have a very inflated opinion of themselves. And of course they took on Johnny and Candice Wrestling, hometown favourites of the LA crowd, and of course this was the finish. Johnny Gargano picked his spot carefully. He lined it up. Mike Kanellis was out on his knees, and Johnny, like a gunshot to the head, Mike Kanellis laid out, and that was all Johnny needed for that 3 seconds. Johnny and Candice picking up a win in the first week of LAW. These two promising to be mainstays for a long time to come. From here we saw old rivals Cedric Alexander and Moose go head to head. These two men, polar opposites of each other. Cedric, here we see his entrance. Cedric with the athleticism, the speed, that high-flying ability with that ground game to match. Cedric knew he was in for an uphill battle here. Knew he had to stay 2 steps ahead of this man. Moose. He came into this one looking to steamroll Cedric. Cedric, of course, managing to stay in it. Until he didn't. That massive reverse Alabama slam proving to be the difference maker. Swinging all of Cedric's body weight down in that pendulum motion and then locking in the camel clutch. Cedric somehow, someway managed to escape from it, but the damage had been done. He was laid out with a clothesline. Moose backed up into the corner and just waited, stalking his prey. Cedric turned and got flattened with the spear. But the real story wasn't this, ladies and gentlemen. It was what happened after the bell. when Moose decided to take it upon himself to attack his opponent in cold blood. NWA officials, furious with Moose, the championship committee summoning him this week to NWA headquarters. Our understanding is that this situation is ongoing, but that Moose has retained legal counsel. We look to have an update for you in the coming weeks here on LAW. Here we see Manny Garcia bringing his own brand of Carnival to the ring, leading a conga line and having some fun. But of course the fun and games ended when the demon from Amsterdam made his way to the ring. Staring with that cold, dead look in his eyes, Aleister Black was not here to have fun. Of course, Manny Garcia taking it to Aleister in a way that nobody could have been expecting. Massive hip toss neckbreaker. Managing to catch Aleister's leg, hit that massive atomic drop, and then a clothesline to the back of the head. To give the devil his due, Manny Garcia did everything right in this contest. Massive pop-up forearm. For a lot of competitors, that would have been it. But Aleister able to just shrug him off, kicked him in the head, and then lined up this. Manny getting to his feet may have been the biggest mistake he made that night. And here we see it. Again, like a gunshot. You see Manny stare straight down the hard camera. He was out like a light, that glassy stare. Aleister going for the cover, but it was wholly unnecessary. Damage done by knockout. The demon from Amsterdam, Aleister Black, victorious in his inaugural outing here in NWA LAW. In his quest for competition, one has to wonder who can bring it. From there, it was our main event of the evening. This one a bitter blood feud from times gone by. We had the Polynesian powerhouse of Jeff Cobb. Of course, the former friend of Matt Riddle. This one dating back to their days in Anarchy Championship Wrestling. At one point, competing for tag team gold as the Chosen Bros. Matt Riddle found singles success, much to the chagrin of Jeff Cobb. During a tour of Mexico, Matt Riddle attacked by the monster Matanza, who many may remember from his time in Lucha Underground. Matt Riddle, of course, beating Matanza and removing the mask to show that it was in fact... Oh, there was a massive pop-up German suplex. Matt Riddle, of course, defeating Matanza, removing the mask, and finding out that it was his former best friend. Matt Riddle's so resilient, driven by that. Here we see some of that high flying. Matt Riddle lining it up. And here we see him throw caution to the wind. And that is that carefree attitude of Matt Riddle, willing to put his own body in the way of harm if it can mean victory. And the crowd love him here. Massive exploder suplex. These two really did not hold back at all in this contest. Matt Riddle lined it up, took off, and massive knee to the face. Wiped him out. Matt Riddle scooped him up. Massive go to sleep into a German suplex. We thought that was it. Jeff Cobb somehow, someway kicked out, and then, more than kicking out, Jeff Cobb actually took control of the contest once again. Riddle returning to that MMA style experience, hits that massive spinning tombstone. I still don't understand how Jeff Cobb had it in him here to roll that shoulder out. Of course, the monster Matanza known for his resiliency, but Jeff Cobb showing every bit of that without the mask here. Every time Matt Riddle seemed to have it, Jeff Cobb had the answer. Of course, this just forced Matt to go to a higher and higher level. Elbow. Massive Canadian destroyer. Once again, looked like that would be it, but somehow Jeff Cobb refusing to be pinned on this night. This one was just so personal. Massive pop-up German suplex yet again. And just like that, one maneuver and the entire momentum of this contest had shifted. Riddle, of course, able to roll the shoulder too. Neither man willing to give any quarter to their opponent here. True back and forth, and you can sense the bitterness. You can just sense that these two do not like each other at all. Just shots back and forth. Massive pop-up European uppercut. But then Jeff Cobb, in creating that separation, giving Matt Riddle just a second too long. Jeff climbs to the top as quick as he can. Matt, sensing that he is about to be crushed, rolls for all that he has left in him. Jeff Cobb following him in. Hit that massive Olympic slam, driving the air out of the lungs of Matt Riddle. But Matt, again with the elbow to the face, so proficient with that striking as Matt Riddle. But so strong, Jeff Cobb. Cobb, such a dominant beast of a man. Even at these late stages, able to just shove off Matt Riddle. Also capable of such athletic feats such as that dropkick. And we saw them start to go back and forth on the floor. Riddle creating the separation. Jeff Cobb closing it back up. It seemed that neither man had the answer for the other. And then Cobb threw Riddle in the ring and took just that second too long getting back in. Dropped to a knee. He ate a series of unprotected kicks. Riddle scooped him back up. Again, a flurry of strikes to the side of the head. And Matt Riddle locks in the twister. That is one of the most difficult holds in MMA to apply. But once it is on, it is damn near unbreakable. And that is what it proved to be on this night when Matt Riddle was able to pick up the win over his former best friend. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for this recap of Week 1 of NWA LAW. Of course, if you enjoyed these clips, you can view the entire show right now on demand on the Kayfabe Network. Subscribe to the Kayfabe Network to ensure that you never miss out on action just like this and any of the action from Revolt Pro Wrestling. And now we look forward to next Monday night, ladies and gentlemen, on what we can expect to see. We will see the debut of the Undisputed Era as the tag team of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Red Dragon, take on Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder of the Revival. We will also see the rookie Ross Von Erich take on the Messiah of the Backbreaker, Roderick Strong. And we can now reveal that in our main event for next Monday night, we will see the one and only Ricochet take on the Machine, Brian Cage. Power versus speed, and both at the very top of their games in each of their disciplines. This one is not to be missed, ladies and gentlemen. Join us on the Kayfabe Network Monday night. Thank you for joining us for After Dark. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed tonight's programming, join us next Monday night and every Monday night on the Kayfabe Network, where live wrestling matters. I have been James Lewis. Thank you very much, and good night from the Reverb Lounge.
One of the oldest symbols in our world. It was here before us, and it will be here after us. A symbol of things to come. Perhaps a premonition. And think of me, you will remember me, you will know me as intended by the universe. And so it shall be. For no matter where the time is told, in the end, everybody pays the toll.